SCAN test, which is statement content analysis. That's a process that the athletes go through on their first day, the day before they arrive for the competition. And they go through a series of questions that, open-ended questions that I will analyze and look for truthfulness in their answers. From there, if we have any issues with that, we then ask them to come to a videotaped interview. And during the course of the interview, that's where I can have a chance to, if I have someone that I might think might be problematic, this is where I can clarify a lot of things by asking some questions, seeing their mannerisms, that sort of thing is what we're looking at. When I'm dealing with the athletes at that stage, these athletes are usually fully dressed. I'm not looking at someone who might be bigger or smaller or anything. I'm looking at specifically what they have to say in their SCAN test. So that's our first phase. The next happens on the day of competition, and that's when we start looking at, now I do the physical, and we will look for signs once they're on stage. And then the final phase is the urine analysis, and we bring in the Canadian Centre for Ethics in Sport to administer those tests. And that is our 3 phases of drug testing with Neutron. There's organizations that are out there that will utilize, for instance, a lie detector test. We know that in order to do a proper lie detector test, it takes a great deal of time to set up an individual, to have them relaxed, to really fully understand if they're being truthful or not. The other thing is, an athlete at that stage, when they arrive in here, they're probably in the best shape of their life, but they're also in probably the worst shape because they've been so stressed with dehydrating themselves, their training, carb depleting. They are not themselves when they come in for a test such as that. And that test is administered in approximately 15 minutes. Normal lie detector tests are anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, if not longer. Wow. So in terms of that, you don't get a true sense. Where we come in is with the SCAN that sets us really apart, because the SCAN is based on a similar process, except it's not as intrusive. It gives them time to sit and relax and think about their answers. No one is bothering them, and they can take as much time as they want to answer the questions. Then, of course, our 3 stages, which sets us apart from any other that I've already mentioned just previously. Neutron takes a stand with the Canadian Centre for Ethics in Sports and WADA, the World Anti-Doping Association. It is a banned substance. It is known to have caused deaths in athletes. We don't want it in our organization at all. We want to make sure the athlete is absolutely clean is what we're after. So we don't want to encourage people to do things that are unhealthy. Why are we doing this? It's a goal for many people. It's something that they want to achieve and get in the best shape of their life and live a long life. It's not a temporary or a short-term sort of thing. It's a lifelong goal that these athletes should be looking at. So in order for us to be looking at ephedrine and thinking that we would allow an athlete for that, we're not going to try and hurt our athletes. That's not going to happen here. If you are contemplating entering a Neutron event, we will be after you. We want to make sure our athletes are on a level playing field. We want to make sure that the athletes that are training natural and putting the time in the gym, in their nutrition, and the sweat and guts that they put in, is that they get on stage. If they don't come in first, they're not going to feel that, okay, look at who beat me here. They're going to say, okay, I'm going to come back better, I'm going to get him, and there's competition, and it's level playing field. So what I would say to someone, we don't want you here. There's many other organizations that you can compete in, and this is not one of them.